Hello everybody, welcome to Ben and Ben Critique Your Pics. On this show, you guys submit photographs and we critique them. Now, here's a word of the wise, word of warning to the wise. We're slightly irreverent, we like to have a good time with this, and so the system that we have is we're gonna pull up an image and we're gonna hold up any number of emojis that we feel like properly conveys how we feel. Son of a
It's a bride.
The phone, oh, is it a bride? Hold on, answer it. Cameras are rolling. Hello everybody, welcome to Ben and Ben. You always do the point.
A few moments later.
Here's what I want you to do right this second. Subscribe to the channel and then ring that bell, okay? That way you get notified. When the next video goes live. And then I need you to submit your own pictures down in the description. You can submit yo pics. Don't do it if you're sensitive because we're gonna tell you exactly what we think. Ben, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Without further ado, the very first picture. All right. So, this is fun. I really like this shot. Give me a second. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What you got? Ooh, little dancing girl, little hard eyes.
All right.
I've been talking too much during the intro. Start us off with the dancing girl. What are you thinking?
No, I like it. I think it's one of those super candid moments with the bride walking. She looks fantastic. I do wish I understood a little bit more toward like what's going on, like maybe where's the groom?
Sure.
But yeah, I like it. It's really pretty. She's like walking, holding her dress, and she like the way her arm is, and the way she's holding her dress is cute.
So I want hard eyes on it. I want hard eyes because here's the thing. I think it's so interesting to me.
Yeah. It
no,
is.
and there's gonna be some people who see this picture and they're gonna be like, the these guys on. Like, this is not a good shot.
Yeah.
And it's just, it is.
No, it is interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I love how photojournalistic this is. And you just typically don't see this.
I like the edit a lot, actually, too.
You typically don't see this in a photo critique, maybe. You know, it tends to be more stylized imagery. Now, here's the things that I really enjoy. I enjoy the movement. I enjoy just how candid it is. Yeah. All this stuff.
Nobody's making eye contact with the camera, which is hard.
She does look great. You know, it is shot with probably a 35mm lens. I would say maybe even a 24. And so there's a little distortion in this elbow, the way it's coming towards the frame. I mean, so there's some things to be desired. I would say this, I think it could be a far more interesting crop if we were to go in and then pull this over and maybe up, where these blokes over on the right and that negative space aren't there. So something maybe a little bit more like this could be a better, like where it's filling the frame. I think when you go out to here, this space is maybe too much negative space, and then they're being cropped off here. And look, it's maybe just awkward enough where it makes it interesting, you know what I mean? But I still think the framing should have been more
I like
more
it.
Here.
It's different than typical shots we've received.
The edit is a very film edit, and it works for this.
It does work.
This feels like a shot from like my mom's wedding. Like, it feels that timeless, and that's what I like about it. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the next one. Are you ready? Okay. Yeah, okay, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah! We need a bell when that happens. When we sync up, like ding 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 ding.
This one for me, it is better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's just a slow read for me. I get what you're trying to go for, but even like in the glass ball, they're not like tack sharp. It's super blurry, and then since you're shooting at such a low aperture, they just look kind of creepy back there, to be honest.
Yeah,
their figures, like his neck looks like it's like really skinny.
Slender Man. He's slender. Look at this. Actually, let's study him. Slender Man. Look at this neck and this tall face, and then he goes to this claw.
I will. Let me talk. God, you went way too far with that. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm always apologizing on your behalf. Go on. Anyway, I forget what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say?
You were gonna say that.
No, I like that you were like trying something different though. Like, I will give you that. Like, this isn't something that, like, I don't know, I haven't seen this really done before in this manner. So props to you trying to pull it off. I think that's something that's important, is to be fearless, try new things, but when it doesn't work out, just move on past it. Yeah. And I think this is one of those things.
I'm super impressed that he was able to capture this water droplet falling right before it hit the ground. No,
it's a big water droplet.
So here's let's go technical for a second, all right? Your ISO got pushed way too far on this. It was this really dark image. The noise that's happening here, because it isn't just grain, there's like a noise. It's a color noise that's happening. It was far too much. And so I think that needs to get in check. And maybe it's an editing thing. I do agree, with this kind of focus. And then the last thought would be that, like, you had these great leading lights coming in, and this, the sphere, this little glass sphere that we've all seen Instagram ads for. And have you seen the Instagram ads?
Oh man, I'm missing out.
So I think it was an opportunity for symmetry that you missed. Anytime you get these leading lines coming right at you like that, you kind of saw it and they were just like, you threw at the bird and you're like, I don't need your symmetry. And I think you did need the symmetry. And so I think using that maybe could have been something to your advantage. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's just like it's the fact that the sphere is in focus, or like them in this sphere, or them up there.
Yeah,
there's nowhere to look.
Yeah, and maybe like I think if you like zoom in there, like maybe it's just like the lens,
like the wood is in focus.
Yeah,
like I don't know.
That's gotta be really hard to focus.
Oh, sure. I don't think I could hit focus.
That's nuts. I've never seen one of these in the wild, so to speak. Okay, cool. This is like some Westworld right here. you watch Westworld?
No, man.
Some Westworld here. All right. Okay, I think I got it. Ready? Ooh, do I got it?
2, 3.
What'd you do?
100.
Okay, cool. Kick us off. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I like it. I really like this image. I think no matter what, it won in my heart because of the location and that fog. Like,
dude, that atmosphere.
We don't have that here in Ohio. The atmosphere is just nuts. And I'm assuming this is probably a style session. If not, you have incredible clients.
Well, that's why I did. That's why I did this.
Yeah,
right? Like I did the dancer because it's like it felt so stylized. It felt like the dress, like everything was super themed.
The floral.
Yeah. And candidly, to a fault.
Oh, sure.
Actually,
sure.
like his
hat.
You brought it here, and then you were just like, you know what? I'm just gonna ruin it. I'm like, it was good, and I'm not gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
I'll explain later. Keep going.
Sure. No. I guess my one critique I would say is crop. I think left corner, pull that sucker in. They keep coming this way a little bit down. Yeah. Somewhere even in there, I think. I don't think anything left of that is doing us anything, because that fog over the left side of that mountain's fantastic. I think this is even better, or somewhere in this range. A little too wide for my taste.
Yeah.
Even that. Yeah, because to me, I want to, my favorite part of the image is that top left of that fog and the trees up there.
This is just,
gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah, I agree. More intentional on the framing. Sure. It's almost like this, and I know the feeling. You got to this location, and you were like, I could point this camera any damn way, and it's going to be gorgeous.
Good. Yeah.
And sometimes it's not the bad locations that are the hardest to photograph. Sometimes it's the best locations, and so I think we're going to say you got lazy on your framing. Is what I would say.
Yeah, because even you pull back and I'm like, when it's zoomed in, man.
Yeah, I think that zoom in was really, really nice. And then going back to look, the little dancing girl, the style shoot that you did, I do think it was too heavy-handed. And so, and look, maybe we're wrong. Maybe it's not a style shoot and we need to swallow words.
Man. I mean,
but it feels so much like one that it almost robs it of any authenticity. Or even if I were to see this in a portfolio as a client, I might be like, oh, and then they did a style shoot in this place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or if your whole portfolio looks like this, good for you.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
Jealous.
Yeah, let's keep going. Okay, cool. Non-wedding image. First non-wedding image. Let's go there. I already got mine. I got it right off the bat. 1, 2, 3. What did you do? Let me see it. Oh, yeah. We did this. I'm going to kick us off. It's a non-wedding picture. Let me explain that first because this is important to know. This feels maybe like it's, I would say probably...
It's a boudoir?
I don't think it's boudoir. Maybe more commercial editorial.
Yeah.
It could be boudoir. Like she's got this little sexy text on. But it's like, I would say commercial.
Yeah.
Here's what I like about it. And this is why I want fire. I want fire because of two reasons. One is the way that you embraced the harsh light. Not only did you embrace the harsh light, but you were like, harsh light, suck it. I'm gonna let you shoot through this thing, and I'm still gonna master you. Like, and I love how you end up using this texture with the shadows and the lights. Short lit right there. This beautiful little Rembrandt triangle. And then the way that you edit it, you really push these warms and the cools. So we've got these beautiful warm skin tones, and the highlights. Even this little sexy sex is got this like this burgundy maybe, that burgundy color, and then you want blue.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And I love the blue in the shadows.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So yeah, I think that being said, now I guess it's a little trickier to critique like commercial editorial stuff or fashion because we're like, I don't know, why is she there?
Yeah,
but maybe she's like selling some jeans.
Yeah, probably not jeans.
I mean, she could be selling jeans.
She could be selling jeans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she could be selling jeans.
She's selling jeans.
Anything else to add?
No, not really.
All right, cool. Let's keep going. All right. I got mine. I think I got it.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna go for this one again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh. What do you got?
This one?
Okay, kick us off.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest thing that's distracting to me is that this was shot with a wide-angle lens.
Crazy wide, 16 millimeter.
Yeah, and like her flower bouquet in hand, it just looks massive. Even his whole arm.
This is a 2.5 foot tall bouquet.
It's like this.
She's got a keg of a bouquet.
Yeah, and so
and some fingers.
Right, I think what you can do to fix this is actually shoot it a little bit wider, and then in Lightroom or Photoshop, you can adjust that. And make a big difference.
So you're saying step back and then do a perspective shift.
Yeah. So if you know you're gonna go wide angle and like shoot something like this, shoot a little bit back further, knowing you're gonna crop in more in post.
Yep.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, even here, if you adjust that, what is that called in Lightroom?
It's called the perspective tool.
Yeah. And so if you do that, you're gonna you may lose some of this because you're gonna have to crop in.
Yeah.
And so that's the biggest thing that I'm challenged by.
The other thing too is if you couldn't have moved back, you didn't want to, you could also have changed the angle of the couple.
Sure. Yeah.
So here's you right here. This is the couple, and your sensor, your plane of focus is going up like this, right? It's tilting up. You're angling up at them. Well, they're right here, which makes their bottom half really big. And so you can actually do a little teapot move where you have them angle their body slightly down towards you, which it looks a little bit like this. You kind of like, right, a little teapot move, right? Now you have to do it very subtly. And then the other thing is you need to make sure that you crop above the waist, otherwise
so you can't see them bending.
Yeah, they look like they look real dumb.
Yeah.
Editing wise, look, these greens.
Yeah.
This is like some Kool-Aid right here. This is like
neon.
Mountain Dew. Yeah, neon. These are neon lights. When the light is shooting through the leaves, and it also it just rained, you get these real neon greens. And so the edit on this needs to get those greens under control. Go to the HSL panel. You can either dial the saturation, if this is shot in RAW, the saturation, probably even the yellows down a little bit. You can change the hue of it. You can have it go, if it's going too lime green, warm it up a little bit. And then the luminosity, right? So HSL, the L being luminosity, you can bring that luminosity down and it's going to change the value of the yellows, right? And it'll make them a little bit darker, a little bit deeper, so they're not so glowing.
Yeah. I would love to see this re-edited.
Yeah,
to be honest.
100%.
Send this back to us. I want to see it, actually.
Send this back re-edited. That'd be great.
I think it'll make a big difference. Make that perspective shift and re-edit it, and I think you're somewhere.
Yeah, it's cool. Let's keep going. Ooh. That's chocolatey. I like it. All right, let's see here. Okay. I got mine. 1, 2, 3. What do you got? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to start with mine because I see she got her nails did. I like that.
Her nails look good, don't they?
And that's how I feel. I feel like, this is... it's just nice. Let's just start with it's beautiful. There's, again... the atmosphere in this. I love the atmosphere that we're seeing in some of these photographs.
I love that you just stepped in the middle of the road like this, ballsy, and it worked.
Yep, owned it. The other thing that I think I enjoy, and maybe it could have been pushed more framing wise, I think maybe the couple look, there's these rules and then you break them, and I always talk about like I don't like medium things. I don't like it when the couple's like right in the middle. But this kind of works. They're in the bottom third of the photograph. They are centered up, but it works with the symmetry. That's why it works. So if they were down here in the bottom right-hand thirds, it wouldn't work maybe quite as well because all these leading lines are going to them, which is really nice. Like I love this line here, shoom right to them. This one here, shoom right to them, and it really works keeping it centered. That symmetry is lovely.
That warm light, that sun.
Yeah, up here.
It's great placement with the sun to their backs. That rim light on them is so pretty.
Yeah. Now, kissing shots are hard. I really typically don't like kissing shots because they usually feel very disingenuous, very posed. This one feels real. It feels authentic.
He's enjoying it. Look at that hand on the booty, man.
Booty. And so on that note, the hands are all doing something. Every hand has something to do. And I like that. No one feels lazy.
No.
He's really pulling her in. Yeah. This is like a little claw. This is like a talon. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the talon that she's got. It's an ostrich talon.
But the motion kind of like, the motion works.
Yeah.
It allows it to happen.
Bring the claw down maybe more around like his neck and hide it back here behind him. Yeah. And then maybe, look, the other thought would be there's some smushage, some smashing. There's some smashed potatoes.
Can we get
a
Google on that? What's that mean?
Smushage.
Yeah. My last thing.
Hold on, let me just talk about the smashage for a little bit. So maybe this is why I don't like kissing too much, is because they're kind of smushed and they still look adorable, but having them pull back a little bit, getting more of the anticipation will keep their faces non-smashed.
Sure. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
All right. The two little red dots behind him.
Yeah. Ting, ting.
I would get rid of those or just tone them back. Because I actually like some of them on the left and the right.
These little
bokeh balls. It's pretty. But those are the brightest ones.
Yeah.
It's like right behind them. I would honestly just get rid of them. Or just take your brush saturation down.
Yep. Saturation down. It's like the one thing that's like this bright red.
Too distracting.
In the midst of all these cream tones, you get those.
Yeah. It's a sweet shot.
Yeah. Great job. It's good.
Let's get some good ones today.
I know. I like this. And then we got this. I'm just kidding. Ready? Oh man! Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Nice. We have been.
Let me start by saying this: if you took this photograph and we just threw you this emoji, don't
take it personally.
Here's why, and we need to start with this. When we're doing ring shots and we're looking at the expanse of ring shots that are out there, this is technically a lazy ring shot.
Yeah, it's boring.
Right? It's a boring ring shot. And so this is why, and let me even be more clear. It's a boring ring shot because you tried to do just the rings. Mm-hmm. A couple ways that could have made it more interesting. Put the ring, get the rings on hands or holding them, have some humanity to it, right? Because if as soon as you go a still life of the rings, the bar is way higher and you can't get lazy. If you're going to go still life of the rings, then there has to be something interesting going on.
Yeah.
We've got all this black negative space that's wasted. Honestly, I think you did shoot too low of an aperture for a macro
things
lens.
are in focus.
Yep, and if they are in focus, it's just soft because you're at 2.8, you're shooting macro. And it's kind of soft.
And actually, I thought it was a brawl, to be honest, at first.
This ribbon.
That's where my mind is, clearly.
Yeah. And so let's talk about cropping. These rings, all this is boring.
Yeah.
Nothing else is out here. And the fringes, if you're going to keep this shot, then that's fine, but fill the damn frame, right? Fill the frame with those rings. This just became far more interesting, and my guess is you didn't do this because you can see that they're soft. You can see there's chromatic aberration. You can see there's probably even a little motion blur, a little wiggle. Shooting it 2.8. So I would, if anything, pull in would make it far more interesting.
Yeah.
And then stop down.
Yeah, ring shots, you can shoot those at 5.6 because you're shooting macro and it's...
Well, assuming you have the light.
Sure.
Yeah, assuming you have the light. So there you go. That'd be my thought on that. Anything else to say here?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, ring shot.
Oh, that's fun. There's a lot to take in on this one.
Yeah.
It's like a complete juxtaposition of the last one. Oh, man. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we didn't sync up.
Close. This is sweet.
Yeah, kick us off.
No, I just love this. There's this... I think in dance shots, it's hard to get almost everybody looking pretty good or raging. And as you look around, every time I continue to look, there's something or another person more interested. I just caught my eye on that girl back there. I just saw her. Yeah. This is fantastic. I would have loved to see this edited better.
Yeah.
Maybe black and white. It looks like you're bouncing, maybe. It's like a bounce flash here, you think? Because it's so spread.
Yeah.
But like bring in... I'd love to do like a black and white special if you use the style story presets.
Yeah.
Make him stand out a little bit more. But this is sweet. This is fun.
Totally agree. I think what you said, like, there's no one's looking at the lens.
Yeah.
Right? No one's looking at you, which is just great. The
Yeah.
cheering here, the bride here, all these people here, this guy with the hand in front of his face. Everyone's fantastic. I love that the hands are in the frame. They're not cropped out. Good job on that. I do still think that maybe there is some cropping to be done here.
Sure.
In terms of, and this is really sensitive, so I'm going to kind of botch this. I don't know if I can actually do a decent enough crop, but just like a little...
Yeah, exactly. Just that black space a little bit in that corner. I wish there was one more person there.
Let me see if I can get these hands in. And probably a little bit of an angle. I can't do any angle cropping here.
A little wider hair, maybe. It's hard to do it on this thing.
Again, I'm trying to do it with the trackpad.
But play with it. See what faces you can get. Because I like what you're doing because you're getting that bottom left guy's face.
A little angle. The edit for sure. And the lighting.
Yeah.
The lighting looks like a big... It's a big bounce, I think, is what it is.
Yeah.
And so there's very little direction to it.
Yeah. No
Everyone's
depth
evenly
to
lit. And so what Ben was talking about with like the Style Story, the paint kit preset, we have a black and white special that we do. We call it the black and white special, and it allows for spotlighting to really take place to highlight more things, reduces the contrast, highlights the white keys, and then allows you to control where you put those. And I could totally see it. And actually going through and highlighting different things. So you could highlight him,
the girl, the
bride, maybe even this bloke right there. Like, really fun. And then I think just like, if you're not going to go there out, you're going to keep it color, man, give this thing some punch.
Push it, man.
Increase the clarity on this shit. Pull those shadows up back here.
Warms and your cools.
The cools, this needs push.
Yeah.
There's a lot of color to be had.
Yeah, one of my, so I took a two-man workshop, Lanny and Erica Mann.
Go check them out too.
Yeah, they're incredible. One thing they said with editing I loved is push it like over the mountain. Like push the edit so far that it's outrageous, then pull it back. So many of us, including me, I used to like move it to that slider just a little bit. Yep. And like, I always like, woo, just slide it all the way over.
Like
see
that
how far.
Yeah. We did critiqued earlier.
Yeah.
But he didn't pull it back.
Yeah.
He just went all the way to the end.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. Especially when it's shot this good, play around with it, create duplicate copies, and just keep pushing it. And
if you're in Lightroom, right click, create virtual copy in Lightroom.
Yep.
And just keep creating some virtual copies to test it. This is going to be the last one for today's episode.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take it in. We got some...
Is that Michael? Michael, actually.
Michael. All right, here we go.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, I'm ready. One. Oh,
I'm coming. I'm ready. 1, 2, 3.
It's an upside down eggplant. I went upside down eggplant intentionally because it's like an average vegetable. It's just a vegetable. Like I think that there was, and I also was probably responding to the purple over here, the purple brushing that was done. I think that like I went. It was an opportunity that you had, and then it just kind of fell flat.
Yeah, it could have been incredible.
Could have been really incredible. It fell flat, and the biggest reason why is also too. My guess is this is a composite. I'm going to say that it might not be.
Yeah,
it might not be at all. But with the birds, it could be a
Still,
composite. I'm not mad about it. Yeah. This is what's bugging me the most.
I know.
Anytime we deal with a silhouette, you really need these clear kind of forms, right? And so we have a clear form on him, pretty good here, but then she kind of goes into this where he doesn't. So there's two options here. One is you frame it where she doesn't go into it and he doesn't, or you frame it where he does. And then it starts to look almost like one of those true detective double exposure kind of moves, crazy. Right?
Yeah. I would have loved to scoot them back more too.
Yeah.
Push them back further so they're in between the trees.
Yeah.
Scoot lower, get down. I would have messed with different lens options. But I loved, there's some somewhat symmetry here. There's two sets of trees and putting them in the middle with the birds. But I think you got to get them fully in between those two sets of trees.
Yep, or get them lost. Get them lost or fully in. I totally agree. I would have loved to see a little bit more body or filling the frame more. This is one where, again, all this up here on the top half of the frame isn't really interesting. It's not really doing it for me. I think all the interesting stuff, here, let's crop in. Let's do this. This is kind of like where the interesting parts are. Where they're filling the frame more. You've got these birds where you're actually looking at them. You did get slightly carried away with some of these purples, I think, with some of your brushing. Yeah. My guess is this is brushing with these purples over here and then over here.
And again, when you're doing a silhouette like this, make sure her profile's like squared up. She's kind of angled towards like her face.
You think?
I think so.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be.
It's like she's like looking back towards him almost.
Yeah, yeah. Like it was, I like what you're going for.
It's a cool shot.
Pushing the silhouettes.
Yeah, for sure.
Like there's a lot to be had here,
Yeah.
and I think we're hypercritical on silhouettes because again, it's kind of like ring shots. Like we've seen so many excellent ones, really. So many excellent silhouette shots that you really have to make it.
Those birds are cool though.
Yeah, I love the birds.
Come on now.
Awesome, you guys. Look, do me a favor in the comments below. Tell us what your favorite image was. Do we miss the mark on our critique? Give it back to us. Give us some. You know, you guys like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, submit your pictures in the description below because we want to critique your pictures. My name's Ben.
I'm Ben.
We'll see you in the next episode.